Alrighty, here we go. Here we go. What's up, crypto junkies? It's Jay. Come on in. Come on in. Come. Yeah. Let's hang out. Let's spend some time together. So much to catch up on. Yeah. Stream's looking healthy though. It's been a while since I did a stream. Still got Patches O'Houlihan kicking. Look at that. I think it's getting worse. And then I got that one. I need to just accept it and just shave. My mic is low. Well, let's just take a look here. Should I turn up my gain? Turn up my gain? Crank up the gain? Crank up the gain? No, it wasn't on the other side before. It's just reflection. It's the 3D effect. All right. I got some time before I got to pack up and do a bunch of shit. So I got some time. And let's talk some crypto. There's a lot of stuff going on in crypto right now. How's my audio? Audio good? Just give me a yes in the chat. We'll go ahead. We'll get started. Ton of stuff to update you guys on. We need to start at the very, very beginning. So before we dive into the market, let's take a little looky-do. See, I was originally just going to do the stream today to announce the winners for the 60-day day trade challenge, if you remember that. It's been a while, I know. It has been a while, so you might have forgotten. Where is that? Is that going to be under posts? Yeah. You might have forgotten, so let me just refresh your memory. Here it is. Remember this? We started that back in January. And then it was originally going to be just top prize, first place, and now it's top 3. But here's the tricky part about that. We only had 2 people submit, so it looks like the 2 winners were very easy to select. But no, they both did really, really well. And so without further ado, if we could get a little drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Okay. First place, Nefarious. Congratulations. Second place, our very own moderator, in-house champion, Captain Crunch. Cap10 Crunch is his handle on the Discord. So here's what's funny to me, right? You had an easy opportunity to possibly get free money just by doing something that a lot of people already know they need to do, right? They need to. Well, not need to. They want to day trade more. They want to get into more areas of crypto and making money, right? So you could have used that as an excuse to get involved in this. In the beginning, we had a lot. We had, I don't know, 20, 30 people. Push comes to shove. That's another reason why I did it 2 months, too, because 2 months really separates, as they say, separates the boys. Because in 2 months, a lot can happen in crypto. And we saw literally this thing come full circle from January to March. I mean, we're right back down in the dumps, right? Which, again, if we were back in 19,000 territory in BTC, we'd be praying for days like this. But it's just all that perspective and market sentiment that it starts off as just like one thought and then quickly rubs off on a large part of the market, and that affects price action, okay? So anyways, congratulations to you guys. I'll be reaching out to you later today. Today and tomorrow are going to be insane because there is tomorrow's silent day. So I never went to Vietnam back when I was supposed to. Ended up to be a big ordeal. I got to the airport, left. So I'm not leaving now until the 21st. It's the 16th right now. So now I have to, I wouldn't say muscle my way through, but I got to deal with Nippy Day. And Nippy Day is silent day. It's Hindu. It's cool. It's great. I understand the whole concept, but people get weird here, man. So today is the pre-day. So what happens today is all the people run out and empty the stores, thinking that like, because tomorrow everything's closed down. Let me take a step back. Tomorrow everything's closed down. There's no internet. There's no TV. There's no nothing. Everything is shut off. It's supposed to be a day of reflection, a day of meditation, right? And you can't go outside. So there's nobody in the streets. The entire province, okay, is empty. Everybody is inside their villas, inside their whatevers, okay? So nobody's out walking the streets. Like, it is a capital offense to do that. You'll fucking get put in jail. So today's like the pregame madness to all that. Everybody's like just frantic. Nobody's really paying attention. And it's pretty dangerous to actually like drive and shit on days like today because, yeah, everyone's paying attention, but they're paying attention to what they got to do for them right now. So it gets a bit tricky. But so today, tomorrow, really won't be around that much. So that's another reason why I wanted to do this stream. All right. So anyways, to recap on the challenge, it was based off the biggest percent gain. So we're counting Satoshis, not US dollar value. Okay. And it was simple. Use KuCoin, use coin tracking, join the Discord, and apply what you got. Okay. So we'll do another one. The next one we're going to do is coming up. I'll announce it in probably the next week. It'll be more to do with Hass, the Hass bot. I'll be doing more with that. I've got some streams and stuff in mind that I want to do with that. So yeah, you can expect that to come up. What else we got going on? Actually, let's jump into the market before we talk about all this. Let me pull this up. Okay, so what are the new reasons to be scared of crypto today? Okay, well, we got a couple different things. We got cease and desist from South Carolina. This isn't today. This is yesterday. Hitting Genesis Mining. And, you know, I really try and not get into like conspiracy theory stuff because I understand that it stretches a lot of people's beliefs, but you got to understand that this is a war to a degree. And again, I don't know how you're going to take that and hear that, but there's a war on currency, essentially. Those that support fiat currency, which is an absolute fucking joke, with trillions of dollars in debt, they're trying to print their way out of troubles. It's just not working anymore. The currency itself, the US dollar, has been around for 78 years. There's never been a fiat currency around that long. We just need a better option. We need to fucking get rid of that shit and roll it into something new, okay? The gold backing has been gone since, what, 71? The Fed no longer reports at all to the government. That happened in, what, early 2000s? So, I mean, it's a scary situation because it's like, on one hand, you know, the government and stuff says like, oh yeah, you got to really watch out with cryptocurrency. Do your research, know everything you can about it. Dude, we don't even know what the fuck's going on with our own fiat currency. Like the currency that we all use every single day. Like, I don't know who the fuck is running that. I don't know how much money they printed today or tomorrow or how they're feeling or how much the actual deficit is. I don't know any of that stuff. So you got to remember, like, you got to be able to look at things logically and cut through the bullshit. Okay, so right now what's going on is there's lobbying going on in America, and they're trying to attack two things. They're trying to attack exchanges. So SEC is just running wild with that. So they're going to try and slap this. It's property, yet it's commodity, yet it's security, yet we don't know what the fuck it is. So they're trying to like enforce what they've already kind of labeled it as, but with still this huge gray zone. We've got that going on. And now, what do you know? Mining is starting to get attacked. So Genesis Mining, yes. What can we expect? We can expect it to get worse before it gets better. We can expect there to be more bans in more counties, more states before somebody stops it. Okay, and it's because what needs to happen is we need to overturn all this old rules that doesn't fit this new thing. But for now, because they can say it kind of sort of fits into this old thing, it'll go untested for a while. And even if they were to go up against that, like right now, like right this minute, okay, here we go, let's fight this thing. They've still got a lot to go through, right? And that, you know, to take another sidebar, that's another strange thing to me is we talk about influence, you know, all the time. Like somebody just mentioned they watched Doug Polk's video where he rips into the BitConnect guys. And I like Doug. I like his stuff. He's funny. You got to remember, though, is that the senators have influence, too. The guy in CNBC has influence, too. We all have influence. And the things that they're saying and the decisions they're making are losing billions of dollars as well. So you can't just say that these guys over here are shitheads and we need to attack them and throw them in jail, but these guys over here aren't. Especially if you look at Senate and Congress and Democrat, Republican, just eliminate the lines for a second. They're all really fucking old. I'm sorry, but they are. They don't even know how to spell blockchain, let alone talk about it and know what the fuck it's actually doing. And that's, you know, that's just the way it is. And so you've got a bunch of people who don't really know what it is. And like, look at what's happened in the last 24 hours. We had that Senator Sherman with that hearing. What kind of behavior is that? Talk about influence. Like, that was fucking embarrassing to watch that. You had a grown-ass man like show up and start laughing about terrorism, blame cryptocurrency for terrorism, and say, oh, let's talk again when the next terrorism attack is funded by crypto. What the fuck kind of shithead are you to, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a joke. It's not funny. And if anything, you're really just telling me like the next play here, because how convenient would it be if the next one was just staged, or not staged, excuse me, sorry, wrong word. If the next one just happened to have funding by crypto. And then a side note here, why aren't we talking about any of the gazillions of terrorist attacks that have happened off of US dollars or German francs or Swiss francs or any other fiat currency? Why is it all of a sudden this big deal that crypto, right? We don't even have a single instance that I know of where crypto was like the main thing that the terrorists use. Like, what the fuck are we even doing right now? You know what I mean? Like, this is the stuff that irritates me. It's like, we need to move forward, not backwards. And when you have a bunch of people who don't understand the technology, they're terrified of the technology, and their bias and their, you know, their narrative is, you know, the US dollar is the greatest thing, we're going to have problems. So here's the next one is New York has imposed an 18-month Bitcoin mining ban. So, you know, this is the start of this too. They'll start doing this, sweep across the nation, because this behind closed doors is lobbyists going in and saying, yeah, but electricity, and yeah, but global warming. So they're just trying to position any existing guilt trip, let's call it. And these are real hard-hitting things too. So I'm not trying to discredit those, okay? But they're going to try and guilt trip any way they can. But yeah, don't you feel accountable for your county and your state being this and this when we've got this global warming issue coming up and we've got the carbon tax, and all of these things are going to be used and positioned to get whatever it is, whether it's Democrat, Republican, whatever it is, doesn't really matter, right? You got to be able to take a step back and see this shit. It's crystal clear. And again, it's not popular. It's not popular for me to be talking about this stuff. I mean, YouTube hates this. They're attacking channels that talk about shit like this right now. Extreme liberalism, whatever the fuck that is. But I'm just saying overall, man, like, a little bit of logic. You see all this. You see the whole little staging, the whole little posturing and fucking game that they're playing. And that's affecting the overall market, okay? So are we out of this? Have we hit the bottom? No. I don't think so. We've got a zone at 76 and 74 and 6,700. We could go down to 6,700. Will we go down to 2,000? There was a couple of people I saw asking, Jay, will it go down to 2,000? No. Will it go down to 0? I mean, no. Outside of like some, I don't even think an extreme situation could force that. I see 2,000, very unlikely as well. But I see 6. You know, a little 7,000 zone, a 6,700 zone. Those are major key areas in the past, okay, that might have an effect. So here we go. We started to have this this trend line here, and I drew it right as this one was forming. And you see what happened? It broke below it. So that's utterly worthless. And this is a 30-minute anyway. But what we can kind of see here is these are EMAs. So the yellow is 55. This is 100. This is 200. Here's that death cross I was talking about the other day, 55 going over below the 100. That hasn't happened since like $230 price point, I think. So a pretty big deal, pretty shitty deal. Let's see if I can find. Where are you? Was this it? No. No, that's still 600. We got to go way down. We got to go way down. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, 239, 235 to 239 range. So that's the last time that happened on the daily. And so here we are with this. I got a trend channel drawn here. It's not that good. I'm willing to admit when my shit's not that good. We've got some significant lines and areas that I've been working off of, trying to keep them on the chart. For some reason, my trading view is constantly resetting itself. Maybe because I'm accessing it from so many computers. I don't know. All right, so yeah, we've got some zones happening here. So we had a bounce happen through here, acted as support. It acted as support again on these wicks. We're on a daily, okay? And again, you can't keep testing a zone without it breaking up or breaking down, okay? So it's not like a set amount, but it's like the more it touches that line, the more like it's essentially squeezing. So it's gonna do something, gonna break down or break up. Okay, and what do you know? Test, breaks through. Now we're once again playing around with this line as a resistance point, whereas up above here it was support, and we even dipped into this higher up support line here that I've got. So yeah, I don't have the 67 line. I've got it at 65. You notice most of them are they're within a couple $100 range. How did I get some of these? Most of these I make sure they line up with fibs, so we can just fib this last big run up. And if you see what was going on through these couple days, we're in the golden zone, 6.65 and 618 zones. Those are like really ideal fib lines, okay? 50% line really initiates people starting to go short, okay? That's a buy-in window for a lot of people going short, and what do you know? Here's this, but 618 is a lot of people use that as the confirmation to enter into a short. So there's a lot of guys who cleaned up on this short and this one here. They're probably still in it, actually. I've never shorted. I can say that. I don't know why. Why don't I? I don't know. I'd have to think about it. It just feels weird, I guess. But you can do it on Bitfinex, BitMEX. Bitfinex? Yeah, Bitfinex, BitMEX. You just need to have a margin account. And I think the balance requirements are like 10 grand to start, and then you leverage, but you got liquidation points, so you can get liquidated too. And that's a fucking shitty day. We've got the 786 line lining up perfectly with this significant line I have here. You see this one's out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing really interacting with this one outside of previous price action, essentially. That's all I'm working off of with that. And on smaller time frames, I'm sure if I were to zoom in, then that's where I'd start to see the difference between mine at 65 and others at 67, okay? But yeah, we see RSI in a daily. I mean, we're down in oversold territory for the most part. This bottom line, that's 30, isn't it? Yeah. So the bottom line of the pink is 30, so considered oversold. Extremely oversold would be just cracking underneath 30 into the 20s. Have we done that? No. But we definitely bounced. We broke through it a little bit here. And look at that run up that we had here. So just syncing these up, look at that. Dipped and broke below the 30 RSI. We're getting ready to do it again. Wherever the bottom is, you know, that's why if you look at RSI and stuff, you can start to see we've got some room to come down still. But when we do bounce, it'll be a good one. What did we bounce here? What was this spread? Get rid of this for a sec. So what was this here? 64%. Jesus. That's a fucking 64% run up. Wow. Did real good. And that's 93 from the wick. Okay. Market cap. 322 billion. I don't know. That just, you know, when we were almost dipping into like a trillion territory, this just doesn't seem like very much, does it? I mean, it's significant, but the whole market, even though we're starting to see some greener days here, yesterday and the day before, I think yesterday was really bad. Day before that was good, but we've got quite a bit of red in top 50. Yeah, just a lot of uncertainty. Okay. And we can see that reflection in even some of these candles, not so much on a daily, but when we go into smaller time frames, we can start to see that. But here's one right here, this doji, this small little spinning top hammer here. It's just all indecision. I don't think we've shook that off from February just yet. There hasn't been something, you know, big and juicy and significant to do that. But anyway, jump in here, see what this is doing. Bad video settings. Use a keyframe frequency or 4 seconds or less. Do I have the delay on? Hold on a second. Dusting off some of this stuff here. I haven't used this setup in like 2 weeks. I've been just using this other garbage setup, which is my editing computer. Oh, let's turn on this guy. How many people are online? 490 people online in the Discord. My ticker's not showing up either. So I guess that means that I don't know, held liable. Financial advice. Go ahead and submit my info to the FBI. Shit. Where is that? Let's try this one. No. OBS is actually a little annoying to use, but start hitting me with some questions. I've got 3 other things to cover, but start hitting me with some questions. Have I sold BCC? No, I'm actually still sitting on that crap. Still sitting on that crapola. I don't know what to think with that bullshit. Just kind of sitting waiting. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 of those that I've got that I'm just like, I'm just waiting to see. And it's like, to me, they can't get any worse. Like flatlining, bottoming out, getting delisted, going away. Like, I just don't care. Yeah, so something that I want to mention too is that, you know, what we've seen over the last 30, 60, 90 days is that you should always have money sitting in fiat waiting. Always money sitting in fiat waiting. Have to, man. Because then these corrections happen and then it's like, oh shit, I missed it. Oh man, I woulda, coulda, shoulda, all over again. We've had like 7 of these now. Like, get some money sitting there, write it off, it's gone. But leave it in fiat, wait for these bottoms, move it over into BTC. Boom. Build up them Satoshis. Okay, yeah, so we're going to talk Masternodes. I had a quick voice chat this morning in the Discord to talk about VeChain, Ven, V-E-N. They've got this thing going on that by the 20th, you've got to have a node ready to go. We just fundraised. Congratulations to the community, by the way. We fundraised a Civ Masternode, which is like over 30,000 in about a day and a half, 2 days. That's up and running now. We want to get a second Civ Masternode running. It's basically just something we're doing in the community. It's only for people that have been, so they have OG status. They've been in the community 30 days or more. And so we were looking at doing Ven, but we've got like 4 days to fundraise another $46,000 or $50,000. I'm just not seeing it. And there's not a lot of people interested. There's a few people that are interested, but they're already buying their own node. Like, we've got a couple of people in the community that are dropping 40 to 60,000 into coins to get themselves a node. And think of it like an airdrop. It's got to be in your account. I don't know at what time, but on the 20th of March. And then that's when the bonuses and stuff kick in. It takes the snapshot or whatever it's doing, and that's when it officially starts, okay? So we were looking at that. I've got many, many others that I want to just have you guys vote on. So we'll have the community vote on them. One of them is PivX, because PivX is really down right now. It's $3.99 this morning. So again, Ven is $3.71. Civ was started at like $4. Now it's down to $2.50. They're all in the same price range. They're all about the same amount of coins total to start a node or master node. So I'll let you guys vote, though. We'll let the community vote on the next one. But right now, the only thing that we have locked in is 2 Civ Masternodes. The first one's full, rocking and rolling, and Skills is running that. And then the second one, we're already starting to collect people on. I think we got 5 or 6 people. We'll just throw you in a staking pool for now while we're waiting for that to fill up. Probably take a week or so to fill up. But if you're interested in this, there are newer channels in the community. What did I title them? Community Masternodes. Yeah, makes sense. And go in there. If you got questions, reach out to Skills or myself. Ask them directly in the server. Go buy yourself some Civ. It's insanely down right now. Oops. And so, where's my guy? There it is. Is this him? It's really down right now, and so you can get a really good deal. Okay. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. No, that's not it. I still got that article up. Shout out to Jay Dizzle. No, I must have gotten rid of it. Or, no, it's right in front of me. Tradegore, this is by far the weirdest exchange I've ever been on. Terrifying because it's got like 8 coins only, but it works. So I bought in all my positions at 27,000 sats up to 30,000 sats. There's a bunch of sell orders that somehow I got to fill. So right now what you'd be filling is 30,420, so $2.46. I think I got mine at $2.15 to $2.25. Still a great deal. I've seen it at $6. And so a lot of the reason why this is down and not keeping its consistency is because BTC is dropping. So all alts will drop no matter what's going on, okay? Yesterday was interesting. There's a ton of sell wall that just came in. What that is that's these big orders like this, and there was nothing else in there. And so that was probably bigger coin holders attempting to force the price back up. So that was good to see, and the price has bounced, back from $2.15 to almost $2.50, 14%, 32 cents. It's good. So yeah, VeChain, if you want to get into that, Ven, you can get your own coin. You can get your own node, or you can, let's see if we can get enough interest. Like if we would need 40 people at $560 each to get ours rolling, okay, for Ven. If you want that, then go into general under community masternodes and say, yes, let's do it. If not, because it is fairly rushed, let's just chill out, and I'll let everyone vote on the next one. It'll be like PivX or 3 or 4 others that I want to give you guys as options to vote on. All pretty similar style, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's talk Mint Builder for a second. You know what I really like about Mint Builder? I'm falling in love with this more and more as the weeks go on because it's just so easy. They send out my numismatic every single month. So I'm building that longer term play, which the future me will thank me 100 times over. And then we've got the team growing. We're up, I think, 6 or 8 people overall in the last week. I've got some big things that I'm working on myself. I'm working on bigger plays with this to bring over more communities to join our community, because I think that makes sense. A model like this, which this is MLM, like I don't try and dress this up. There's a multi-level marketing. It is an opportunity that you have to keep bringing people in. So, well, you don't have to, but you keep getting your commissions based off of that, okay? And what was I going to say? So I'm working on bigger deals because I think it makes sense if you've got a community like what we did with it. And I don't even think we did that great of a job. So just to clarify, and we're finally at the point now to where we can hand somebody in the next couple days, we'll be able to hand somebody the entire system. Like, here's where you go get leads. Here's what you email them. Here's what you say on the phone. Here's the process that you walk them through. Then they're signed up and you give them the same thing that we just gave you. So it's like this duplication model over and over and over again. Okay, so most affiliate models are like that, okay? If you remember, one of my favorites, I was never involved in it, but it was just amazing to see, was, I'm blanking now on the name of it. It was a blog setup, Empower. Empower Network was impressive to see how long that lasted. And you know what blows my mind is that one didn't get shut down by the government, at least not to my knowledge. The 2 partners actually broke up and they went their separate ways. And that's what initially or ultimately killed it. But that thing ran for, was anyone in that? That thing ran for like 5-6 years. Me in the past, I haven't been a big MLMer, but I love the model. And if you're somebody who's willing to hustle, I see it as the same thing as doing commission sales, selling something door to door, which I've done all that shit. You guys know that. And so now where we're at with the community is we've got essentially everything somebody will need brand new walking in the door to do their thing, which is exciting. And so we've got an ongoing contest now that runs every 30 days. There's no cap on how many winners for each one, but basically rewarding every aspect of the business. So the person who's calling the most people, the person who's closing the most people, the person who's building their team the most, the person who's selling the most, because you get your own store, okay? Person who's selling the most, and the person who's had the worst luck for the month, okay? So that one, you're not supposed to win back-to-back, by the way. That one, If you win that back-to-back, we got problems. But, yeah, so here's all the rules and layout of that. We'll be rolling out the last stuff. I'm putting together objection handling scripts and some other training, some other high-level training for that, and then that'll be rolled out in the dashboard. I'm gonna be rolling out the dashboard to Mint Builder. I've been saying this for like 4 days, but my dev, he keeps hitting me up at like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm already falling asleep, and so that hasn't really worked out that well. It'll happen soon. Okay. Let's look at crypto Twitter. Crypto Twitter is always one of my favorite stops. Let's start right here. Google bans crypto ads. Oh, that's another reason why crypto's down. Google's banning crypto ads, like all of them, but not until June. So I guess if you're a spammer or you want to spam until then, you got till June. Good luck. Google bans crypto ads and is purging YouTube blockchain programs because the government told them to. This is true. Okay. Google and YouTube, it's scary how close they're starting to work with specifically the Democratic Party and the CIA recently. Very fucking scary. I don't like it at all because it's a big platform. It's a big network, okay? Meanwhile, the New York State government runs a lottery called Path to Riches. I didn't know this. This is hilarious. With the trademark slogan, hey, you never know. Good job, guys. While the Fed continues to print money, but cryptocurrency, you know, remember, cryptocurrency is the problem. What is it up to? It's cryptocurrency is behind terrorism. I'm hitting all the hot keywords. This video will be demonetized. Just wait. Slavery, child slavery, inequality. What else? I mean, like, literally everything bad in the world is now officially been summarized under crypto. In case you didn't know. Just figured I'd fill you in on that, okay? Where is that? I retweeted it yesterday. Terrorism, drugs, recession, world hunger, poverty, general inequality, child pornography, sex trafficking is all Bitcoin's fault, okay? Duh. Come on. This is the Sherman thing I was talking about earlier. This is funny. They already updated Brad Sherman's Wikipedia where he completely lost his shit. But let's talk about some good stuff. Let's talk about gold and silver. This is something that's like low-key, and it has been, but the yen was backed by gold. Remember that whole thing? When was that? I should have looked that up because I hate sounding like an asshole who doesn't have my dates correct. But I think it happened 2012 to 14-ish range. China, remember when China tried to roll out the gold-backed yen and there was like no news on it, and then the U.S. kind of like condemned them for it? Well, there's proof all over the place that China specifically has been buying up gold, massive amounts of gold over the last, well, apparently 5 to 10 years. But also Russia has been too. And you know what's interesting about that is from a lot of sources I've been reading, the U.S. has been selling off a lot of their gold. That's kind of scary business. Gold and silver, I've been following more and more. I want to bring this into more of the segments. You got to have gold and silver. I just don't know how the fuck to say it. If you don't, you're just asking for a problem. And here's what I mean. Nobody likes to think of this like end of the world bullshit, like apocalypse stuff. But let's just say that we went through a period. Let's just say this as nicely as possible. We went through a period where fiat currency had to go through a change. They were unsure what that change was. So we very politely went back to gold and silver. Just have it. Just have it around, guys. That's your right now liquidity to go buy food with, to go travel the world with if you wanted to. Even if fiat was great, it serves that purpose, and it serves I have a piggy bank of that sitting there. So it's both, okay? And collector's items and art and numismatic stuff, that's like your 15, 20 years down the road stuff. Those basic pieces, gold, silver, numismatics, get them. I mean, if you're into basketball shoes is a good look right now. Collecting Supreme stuff is a good look right now. All of these are like longer-term plays that you could get into to shore yourself up. But you got to do something. You could go buy from goldsilver.com. You could get in Mint Builder stuff that we're doing. Voltoro.com, you could go buy from there. There's so many different options, right? Oh, my ass is going numb. I'm sitting in a wooden chair. So many different options. Just get in there. Get in the gold game. And I've been following this channel actually more and more. He posts some really good shit. about, but Mike Maloney, like, I don't know if you guys know this guy, but he's been on the gold and silver kick for like 20 years. Just hasn't given it up. And it's, it's funny because if it does happen, like, you imagine the level of I told you so this guy will have. He'll have like a 20-year I told you so. It's going to be like the best day of this guy's life. I don't know if he's got that big of an ego, but yeah, we're printing our way into a bigger problem. That shouldn't scare you because you should have a plan. You should have a plan because you got a plan, and you've learned better. You've learned better from all the stupid stuff you've watched me do over the last 6 months, from the stupid stuff you've probably done, not just over this last 6 months, but your entire life. Like, take that stuff, learn from it. That was the whole point of my last video. And last video I thought was really, really good. Good reception so far. All right. What's up? Oh, is that EA, what's your username? Because I made some, like, EA Games reference. What's up, man? Oh, Bateman's on. Cool, thanks. Guys, thanks for playing nice. I don't know if we got moderators on here, but don't be stupid. Be nice. Not just to be nice, but because we all have different opinions. Yeah, I'll be going and seeing, I'll be hanging out with Callan, Crypto Clover, while I'm over there. A bunch of other Vietnam crypto people, which is great. Yeah, okay, I'm catching up on some of the chat. It's funny, you know, it's... And I get why everyone in crypto does it. I've shot this video in my head like 15 times. I don't think I've actually ever talked about this stuff in a real video, but I get it. Bitcoin's still being called a Ponzi. Bitcoin's still being called like a scam. So when people in the crypto space, especially those who are very committed to it making it, right? Like the people in the space that, you know, they love it. They want it to make it. When they do have a real example, they're going to overemphasize the pointing of the finger and say, see, that's the shit we need to get rid of. And in a lot of ways, we do need to get rid of that. To take a step back, and let's not forget, is how many people, what's the percentage of winners in the stock market? Do you know? It's less than 10% of people are profitable in the stock market. Over 90% of people in the stock market, over 100 years now, I think 200 years, they still fucking lose. You know what I mean? Like, the career path, how many people win in the career path? It's not as much. It's not like 100% success rate. Like, don't forget that there's an overall bigger problem going on here, I guess is my point to that. And so I just don't like when people say, no, let's point at this thing, but we've forgotten and we're ignoring this much bigger problem. If you're going to point at that, then you got to point at all of it. That's my point. And that's what bothers me about when people do that. Stream health is looking really shit. It's nice and red. I don't even know what's going on. See that uncomfortable scratch back of my neck? Okay. Anyway. I don't know how to fix it. I think there's a little delay, or possibly my internet's starting to get throttled because they're going to be shutting down internet today. That's why I just wanted to come on really quick. How long have we been on? 38 minutes. All right. Hit me with the questions. Let's see. Hit me with the questions that you got. We can talk anything. Anything you guys want. Overall, I'm really excited and happy about what I've seen in the community. You know, like, we've really gone through some shit together in the community. And the more we can talk about it with each other at a public basis, at a small private basis, the better off it'll make the community, because the individuals will be improving. So the thing I care about the most and what I want to see in the community is just at an individual level, people leveling up. And as they continue to level up, it just invites everyone around them to level up. So that's what I'm excited to see. So, and I've been seeing that in the community, especially these last 30 days. On an AZ. Yeah, the ISP is going to start throttling shit. Oh, really? Because the stream health is showing red, as you can see for me. Okay. If we can't get a Venn node, can I give options to contribute to one Yeah, but just post that in general. Let's see what we get. Let's see what feedback we get in Masternode general. And then if not, then you can kind of work with those people who want it. And, you know, obviously we got no option for them at this point. Jay, that's been like the topic of conversation a lot. Fuck, she just keeps calling me. There was a Senate hearing yesterday or the day before, and basically what was going on is Senator Brad Herman, was trying to make that correlation, and we was laughing about it. It was awful. It was retarded, and it annoyed me. It triggered me. Sorry, hold on. Otherwise, she'll just keep calling. Okay. Jay, what's the big typical monthly growth rate you can get with staking pool? It's less than a masternode. I don't know what that is, Nate. Sorry. You know, I jumped into Civ before I actually knew what I was getting paid out. I just didn't care. I knew I wanted masternodes in my portfolio. I wanted to start diversifying 10, 15, 20% in there, and I just did it. I just kind of jumped. How do you short Bitcoin if you live in the US? Bitfinex. You can do it on there, and BitMEX. Those are the two largest. Oh, that's a good question. So what David Hay is doing with Venezuela, I want to get involved with that. I just don't think David would personally like our channel. But me as an individual, I think he'd have no problem with getting involved with us. We've already got a couple of people in the community that are apparently like teaming up with him to work and help with that. I need to get with them and see if we can make something happen collectively. I don't know. Maybe he can look past it, but you got to understand a guy like that was like really against anything BitConnect, you know. Hey, what's up, Jamie? Some people just can't look past that shit. And I you know, that's all good. Cool. Yeah, and just Alex, hit me in DM if you got any questions on specifically what I just said. Okay, covered that. It's been a bloodbath for me in ICOs the last couple months. I'll have 1,500 or so free money. What would be a good direction to take? I would have to, Crypto Noodle, know more about like what your overall portfolio looks like, but it's easy to break things down into percentages. You know, like just 10, 15% into ICOs, 15 to 20 into masternodes, 15 to 20 into an index, and before you know, we've got something that it's moving. It's moving in the bear markets. It's moving in bull markets, and it's accumulating Satoshi, which means that, you know, again, down the road, when there's these bull markets that come back, we can start to pull out profit, and we're essentially in our positions with house money. That's really what you're looking to do. Stipend, Paul, is one that I think we're looking at. What's the SPD? Yeah. What's the big monthly growth rate you can get with masternodes? There's a couple guys that are making $1,000 a week with the Civ. They're just about to have their own Civ masternode, so they're that close. Civ masternode is 10,000 coins, I think. Yeah, I mean, here's the way I look at it is I kind of think that if I sit down with somebody, we can at least come to a level of understanding no matter what, because everyone's got different worldviews, you know, everyone's got different opinions. And I don't know if we would walk away like, hey, let's do something together. But I like the challenge of taking that on and trying to help other people stretch their beliefs, because we've all got our own beliefs and biases. And I like the challenge of, especially that one, because me personally, I think it's a little silly to condemn whatever, people that were involved in that, people that like that. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate that, brother. Been using the tracker and the Mad Hatter trying to turn 0.2 BTC into 2 BTC. 2 BTC, I got to admit, it sounds sexier than 0.2 BTC. So that's a good goal, man. The thing I would suggest is the level 1, like that's going to be, it's been quiet in there, and people are asking like, hey, what's going on? The boiler room used to be so full. But also too, the boiler room used to be filled with a bunch of people who were talking nothing about trading. They were just talking dumb shit, talking about lending platforms, talking about whatever they wanted to talk about. And we really didn't enforce that, because overall I just thought it was a good thing that so many people were coming in. And then you'd have people come in and start to police it and say, hey, let's get back to trading. And then you would have people that were kind of forced to look at setups. So I liked that. How it regrows, how we get the boiler room back up to, 50, 100 people like we saw at the height of this thing, is we start to have more people sharing their setups. We start to have more people, hey, this is what, this pair is looking like on the 15-minute. What do you think? Am I seeing this right? I'm seeing, you know what I mean? Like coming in and sharing, essentially, into the trade chat. And then being on the boiler room voice channel, ready to go, so that if somebody wants to jump in and help, whether it's critique your TA or whatever, give you some advice, they can do that. Okay. So that's how that regrows itself. It regrows itself from the inside out. Obviously I'm starting to spend more time in there. We have other people in the community that come in and do pop-up live streams and share bot settings. So yeah, I mean, you got to take a step back and realize that even though some of the channels or something might seem quiet, we're having the best content ever shared right now. Bot settings, TA, training. We've got the bots that are linking and providing with all the information, all the news for you to stay on top of crypto. Like, more now than ever, there's the best stuff that we've got. And so now it's just up to us. We show up more, we log in, hang out on these channels and these boards, and that's how they get wound back up. Yeah, and that's just it, is, listening to people trading and like, oh yeah, I was in on this and I did this, and I got my sell orders here and I'm doing this. Like, just hearing the lingo, hearing somebody talk from the first person in that space is very, very valuable. Nice. Yeah, masternode.online. Yeah, that's where we all go to get our info. You can make a lot off Masternodes. Just be cognizant of the fact that just like there's bad ICOs, there's bullshit coins, bullshit Masternodes. Right now, too, on days like today, yesterday, when the market is predominantly down, most people aren't shorting in our community. I don't know if there's anybody who actually shorts in our community. So you won't see the different channels filled up when it's a shorting game, because I just don't think a lot of people do that. Nate, I believe I shared recently my portfolio allocation. I don't have the exact percentages in front of me, but it's ICOs, masternodes, index, botting, and day trading. And I'm pulling out 5 to 10% every single month for precious metals. I've got my auto ship numismatics, 4 coming in every month on the numismatics, 5% on gold and silver. I think I'm at 15 to 20% on ICOs, 10%, 10 to 15% on index. Most of my stack right now is used for botting and trading, and will be used for botting and trading. Yeah. So I hit a gym workout this morning. Feeling good, just getting consistent, getting back in there. I'd say I'm up a good 5-7 pounds, maybe even more. The common questions, I didn't even know we had common questions in there. Is that just old and I haven't seen it? Oh, you mean the last one? Why won't anyone help me? Yeah, that Q&A kind of sucks. It could be better. I see what you're saying. Do I use Hasbot for my index? I do now, yeah. using Mint Builder for the numismatics. It's pronounced like this, numismatics. Freshly minted MS70 coins. No, not, I mean, I'm going in on the ICO Pool stuff all the time. I'm pulling out, so how my loop is working with that is all my staking rewards from Ficoin is getting dumped right back into ICOs with ICO Pool. So it's easy. I mean, you know, 0.5, or I think they just made some changes to do 1 ETH. So 1 ETH, I'm getting in on 2 to 3 a month. But that's going to change now because I just changed my staking to 34 days so I could get all the maximum benefits with the amount of coins I've got for Ficoin. So now, yeah, now that'll kind of change because I'll get 1 lump sum in the beginning of the month, which I just started maybe 3 days ago. So from now to then, I won't do many ICOs unless it's something that's really popping out at me or one that I've already done. I've got a couple new ICO videos dropping soon. Did an interview with Invasio finally the other day. That was fun. But yeah, ICOs, I mean, all these new ICOs coming out. I don't want a lot. I want like 10 at the end of the year. That's it. They're a pain in the ass to track. I like forget which ones I'm in. Like, I don't want a million things going on. What weighing strategy do I use for the Hashbot index? That is an amazing question. We basically created a duplicate of the CCI 30, which is a top 30 index. And all the settings and everything you need to literally import that, Nate, into your Hashbot is in the Hashbot group. So it's all there ready for you. Literally a screenshot so you could make it yourself, or the import settings so you could literally import it right into your Hashbot yourself. Ficoin, who asked that? Gail. Ficoin was going to be a lending platform, and they saw all this shit going on with all the ones falling out, and so they quickly pivoted before they even really launched, and then they swapped over to a staking model. So it's just a staking rewards model now. Do I think PGX, that's Pagarex, will pick up in Moon with upcoming exchanges? I don't, but it's better to wait for that than to sell off at fucking 19 cents on the coinhouse.eu site that's not even supposed to be listed on there. But I would rather wait, because what's the worst case scenario? It drops down before I can sell to 19 cents. So I'm in the same boat I am now. I might as well just wait, you know. Do I feel it could Moon? Yeah, I guess. Me, myself, I don't know. Like, the thing I struggle with now, just to be upfront and clear, is that I'm so over that garbage that, like, I rub off. I gotta be careful because I'm rubbing off my own bias now instead of staying neutral. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck this and that. So sometimes take what I'm saying as a grain of salt, because understand that I'm just really over that stuff. And so I don't even like talking about it. I just, ugh. Cool. Yep. Saw that post. I'll jump in there in just a second. Okay. Yeah. Gail uses the CCI 30 settings in the Hashbot. Beautiful. That's awesome. And that's something that's like, no matter what's going on in the market, you're like, oh man, I got this safety. I got this security. Same thing with the metals. I got the metals, right? I got all my stuff in Voltoro. I got personal metals that I'm starting to accumulate now. I'm like, no matter what, I'm okay. And as the days roll on, the more shit I accumulate, I'm more and more okay. You understand? And what you don't realize is what that does and how good that feels, right? Because it's like having, like I said, it's like having a gun underneath the pillow. I don't want that personally. I don't live in a dangerous neighborhood. I don't want that. I don't need that. But it feels like that, right? It feels like that's that level of security. What exchange do I recommend? I have 2 Bittrex. No, 1 Bittrex, 2 Binance. So I have it broken down like that. My index is on Bittrex. but I need to move it to Binance. I want to use my second Binance account. Then I'm day trading on my Binance, which I already have and I've already been using. So then the index is on Binance, day trading on Binance, and in Bittrex, I can also run some bots on as well. So I need to make that move. KuCoin is great, but you got to remember that not a lot of bots, so the volume is a lot lower. Electroneum, by the way, just got listed on KuCoin the other day. That's pretty exciting. It's just been on Cryptopia and some other ones. Or was it? No, it was KuCoin. Because there was also an announcement for HitBTC. I just don't remember what it was. HitBTC doesn't get me excited at all. I really dislike that exchange. It just seems garbage to me. Yeah, I use KuCoin, but I really haven't been doing much on there. I've got holdings on KCS, KuCoin. I'm holding all my Dragon there. I love Dragon. What's the other one? I got 2 other small guys that I accumulated a mad amount over the last 60 days because I was kind of dipping into the day trading challenge too. And that's it. All right. All caps, baby. Hitting us with it. I'm not paying attention to what's going on with... Oh, okay. For Mint Builder? Yeah, Kyle. Do I have a link? Does somebody have my link for Mint Builder? Hold on, I'll get it. Oh, I gotta dig this sheet up. That tab game. Info. Do I recommend a VPN or a firewall? Yeah, NordVPN is the plug. We've got exclusive with them, 77% off on a 3-year. Just use CryptoJ. Works out to be $100 for 3 stinking years. It's good enough. If you want crazy level 9,000 protection, Proton Mail makes a Proton VPN. That's like alpha dog level, everything private. There's people that want that. NordVPN is not that, though, just to be 100% clear. Where's my Mint? Minty. Hold on, I'm searching for it. Oh, there it is. Ow. Okay. Yeah, I've got 2 on the indexing bot. We did a live stream on it. There's ad nausea on the channel already. Okay, what else we got? Do I use Tether? Not really. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of HitBTC, Gail. I'm with you. I've got some shit sitting there. I've got some Kick, I think. But... The sell volume is what bothers me. It's weird putting in sell orders and trying to actually use the exchange. All right, guys, I'm going to jet off. 11:30. I got to start bouncing, go check into my hotel. I got people bugging me. Overall, things are going good, though, especially I'm on that health and fitness game, man. I've been telling you guys, this is going to be my best year. Up like 5-7 pounds, strength is through the roof. I've been on creatine for like 2-3 months. I got some kidney stones now that I gotta get rid of. But yeah, outside of that, doing really good. Strength, like I said, it's through the roof. Feeling really good. I don't want tablets. It's gotta be capsules or liquid. So there's a little home remedy. It's calcium magnesium citrate. There's a shit in the US that's extremely easy to get, and nobody knows that this actually gets rid of kidney stones. Fun fact. Otherwise, this shit would probably cost like $50. Costs like $8. Huge bottle of it. Tastes fairly good because you can get it flavored. Calcium magnesium citrate, liquid format will literally blast away kidney stones in like days. And this is speaking from my own personal experience. So I had them really bad. Hold on one sec. Capsules are liquid. I had them really bad in my early 20s when I was training insanely hard. And my chiropractor found them at the time because he was a pretty holistic guy. And so he just kept having this low back pain, like this throbbing low back pain. He's like, dude, kidneys. We x-rayed it. Kidney stones, huge ones. He told me about it. I drank this stuff for like 4 or 5 days. We took x-rays again. There was nothing. It was really weird. So, and ever since then, anybody that's had them, because you can get kidney stones off of Mountain Dew, drinking too much Mountain Dew too, and Red Bulls and energy drinks. But yeah, so that's my little hack for today, right? If you haven't checked out yesterday's video, check it out. It's talking about how to deal with loss in crypto. Regardless if you're the guy who bought in at $3 in Ripple from the CNBC fast money shit that was playing, or you lost a bunch of money on lending, watch that video. I think there'll be some great stuff in there for you. Most people, the reality is in life, they don't have a grieving process. And when you lose money, you're grieving. I don't know how else to say it. And I know guys especially, we don't like to admit that shit at all. But just watch it low key. You don't got to tell me or like bring it up or anything. Just go watch it. Check it out for yourself. Listen. Be open to what I'm talking about. And I think you'll walk away with some goods from that. Okay? All right, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for jumping on. I know it was last minute. I just wanted to come and chill. I missed you guys. Hang out with you. Hopefully you got some value out of this. The replay will be up on the channel within probably like 45 to 60 minutes, and you'll be able to check it out. Tune in again. If you got any questions on anything, jump into the Discord. We've got everything broken down into channels. I'll be on there later today. I've got some things to get through, but I'll be on there. All right, my friends. Thank you again. We'll see ya.